Fortnite owes you 500 V-Bucks right now, and no, I'm not talking about V-Bucks that come along every month with the Fortnite crew, although we already know what the November skin is going to be. With us nearly being halfway through 50% through this Season 2, as the 22.30 second to last update has been put onto the staging servers releasing next week, let's just say with this ending Fortnitemares, we have a ton of intel about what's going to be upcoming in this update itself, so it's vital of course you stick around until the end of today's video, as you also just witnessed a mirror get smashed, which means 7 years bad luck if you don't. With so many cool Halloween cosmetics this year, of course you won't want to miss how to get these 500 V-Bucks right now, and when spending them it would be greatly appreciated if you could pop code FM1 inside the Fortnite item shop, being one of the shortest and easiest codes to remember or enter, being only 3 digits. And whilst you're doing that, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, considering this might have appeared on your home screen, as we're incredibly close to 2.51 million subscribers and I'd love to get there before November. But with that said, now enough messing around. Of course, with a new hotfix update releasing today, we have a ton of things to cover, so make sure of course you don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
I'm not, I'm sitting on my
Don't
back.
go anywhere.
Has something absurd or insane ever happened to you in a video game that you wanted to share with your friends but you forgot to record it? Well, thanks to Outplayed, the sponsor of today's video, that'll never happen again, as it captures all of your best moments when gaming. Despite getting it now using the link at the top of the video description or down below in the pinned comment and automatically running it, you can not only focus all your attention on the game, but you can tell Outplayed exactly what you like to record. For instance, in Fortnite, whether it's getting the win, killing someone, knocking someone, or even dying yourself, after recording your clip it's instantly available to edit, also conveniently marking exactly what moments you initially wanted to capture, and then literally from one click of a button you can share it to several social media platforms, with it also supporting over 300 games. It's about time you click the link at the top of the video description down below or in the pinned comment to try it out. Okay, so first and foremost, the first point that everybody will have been wondering about, considering these elevations for an air vehicle taking off seemingly, or put onto them to take off, have been constructed floating above the map, kinda like the name locations that the inhabitants have built floating platforms for to escape the chrome. Data miners already concluded before it was confirmed that airplanes this means should be making a return, and despite us expecting to see them in the version 22.21 update today, this hotfix we didn't. I honestly think the only thing that was added back today were the crash pads, and even still they're not as good as they used to be because you can't stack multiple of them. I think we can all relate to what Hypex states right here, with Fortnite really just skipping over these items for Fortnitemares and giving us crash pads instead for the hotfix update halfway through. Of all things here, I'm really surprised they didn't add the mythic brooms back to the map, considering they vaulted the grapple gloves, which obviously made traversing around the island that much quicker and easier, as the chrome doesn't exactly last all the moments you want it to and can only be applied for a limited time before it wears off. And speaking of Hypex, what he's been tweeting out about, despite data miners concluding, obviously with the map changes complementing the return of airplanes on the Chapter 3 island, as we never saw them in Chapter 2, as they also never appeared in today's hotfix, it looks like Epic delayed the unvaulting of planes. They just removed this week's quest involving them, which obviously determined this before. Of course, speaking of the next update, however, when they will be added the airplanes, version 22.30, as Hypex states, it's now scheduled to release Tuesday, November 1st, after Fortnitemares ends that day too. Of course, within this update, we're not only going to get leaked to the second page of Herald Cosmetics, considering she releases unlockable for the first time literally 2 days after on November 3rd, 2022. And whilst we're on the subject of updates in themselves either being added to the staging servers but now testing, as you can see, they're already testing the next seasonal update that Sheena speculates here will be Season 5 instead of Chapter 4. And then even more interestingly, as G-Matrix Games states about, the version 23.10 update is now explicitly being tested on the future seasons playtesting server, and this is the same that explicitly had 22.40 specified, meaning perhaps a big live event to end off this season, and it had the Asteria map on it, which was initially revealed, obviously matching up with the Greek mythology kind of code words for the maps we've seen previously, being Athena for Chapter 1, Apollo for Chapter 2, and Artemis for Chapter 3. If you haven't watched any of the previous videos, how it gets interesting here if we are going into Chapter 4 or just getting a new map in general, codename Asteria. In Greek mythology, who Asteria is the mother of both Apollo and Artemis, and supposedly she had shape-shifting-like abilities to turn herself into an island of which these two were born on, Apollo and Artemis themselves. As for the theme of next season, or even potentially next chapter starting December 5th after the 2 days downtime, which obviously implies a chapter-like transition, it would be really cool to see us go back in time to perhaps what happened before even Chapter 1. Of course, without getting too ahead of ourselves though, as we approach the end of October, that means a new crew pack will be revealed by Epic Games officially. All the cosmetics will be receiving, whether it is in an article or trailer form within the article itself, obviously showing off all of cosmetics in-game for the first time, with the addition sadly of not Vecna but the Inquisitor boss at Grim Gables, where we speculated Vecna would be appearing at least either as an NPC boss or even just skin because of this location update. This new boss now that drops obviously the mythic suppressed submachine gun, the Inquisitor submachine gun, the Inquisitor himself or herself or whatever this character is, thanks to these pieces of coding, screen, obviously suggesting that this music pack with the Inquisitor on would be a part of the crew pack largely implicates like 99% that the Inquisitor is the November crew pack skin we'll be receiving for being subscribed. Fun fact too about the crew packs, despite this being the next month's skin, obviously, if we go to our own Fortnite crew, it actually states the date of which our billing information is taken out, which then grants us the V-Bucks on that date once this happens. The amount within the Fortnite crew obviously being 1,000, but obviously as stated at the start of the video, you could be owed right now 500 V-Bucks off Fortnite themselves. The reason for this, as you can see on screen right now, the Fortnite status Twitter tweeted out, "We fixed the issue. The Saint Academy quest pack now properly displays the intended amount of 1,000 V-Bucks in the in-game offer description. We'll also be granting 500 V-Bucks to players that purchase the Saint Academy quest pack prior to this correction as compensation." Of course, this is obviously what that reward screen will look like upon logging on at any point, which I'm guessing will be in the next few days, unless it's already happened on your account right now, considering they have made this promise already. Even though this is only a few hundred V-Bucks more, of course, that makes it that little bit much more easier if we have spares left over to purchase perhaps that skin or pack that we wanted. Of course, with us already mentioning the Inquisitor boss, one tragedy that happened this Fortnitemares as soon as it started, despite us not getting the Leica skin being this wolf-like character already throughout the item shop or as somewhere we can claim, despite us being able to come a wolf-like character such as her in-game from obtaining the mythics, these were vaulted but are now actually back with some alterations according to data miners. I'm not really entirely sure what they are. Personally, I think considering the Halloween period in Fortnite, or Fortnitemares, the event overall celebrated within it, is one of the biggest events we see throughout the annual year of Fortnite. As we didn't get full use of these claws, fingers crossed they add Leica as a free skin that's just rewarded onto everyone's accounts, or similarly to what we're going to be seeing with the Chrome Punk skin. For those that don't know, as you can see on screen right now, to answer a question that's been going around about how you can get the Chrome Punk skin or all the cosmetics on screen right now that will come along with it for free that we can earn along the way up until unlocking the skin lasts, here is a summary of what is known. There's 3 free rewards: the backbling, the loading screen, and the skin. We need to get up account levels 10, 25, and 50 finally to unlock the skin, but it also reuses tags from Reboot Rally. Perhaps this is another Reboot a Friend kind of program scheme, considering Fortnite's going down in popularity, as it doesn't really seem to be hitting the same now. As you can see on screen though, in the shade YT managed to pull it into game early, and this is what it'll look like upon obviously unlocking it and running around everywhere. I'm guessing they made the account levels obviously a requirement to go up through to unlock the skin for free, as people at the start of this season used a Discord bot to get up like hundreds of levels. Of course, this then means if you're level 600, it's going to be way harder to rank up 50 levels now, with us being already 50% around that mark anyway through Chapter 3 Season 4 than if you were below 100 or just over. Who knows, maybe it comes to the item shop at some point and we can simply buy it, but it would honestly be cool if this was just an exclusive skin that came specifically for this Fortnitemares in 2022. Speaking of exclusives, for those that have forgotten about the new upcoming one attached to a brand new Xbox bundle, being the Gilded Hunter, an NPC or boss from Chapter 3 Season 2. This Master Key mask looking like IO character, of course, is now coming to the game in a pack attached directly to this Xbox bundle that you're seeing on screen right now, along with all the other cosmetics from the promotional image. Of course, this is going to become incredibly rare, the full set bundle at some point, unlike the one that is going to release attached specifically just to controllers that provide us with the skin and the back bling, kinda like how we currently see the Double Helix or even Dark Vertex bundles, the full ones being sold on other external websites despite what Fortnite own. And speaking of skins, despite it being determined the last update of this season, version 22.40, is releasing on November 15th, a few days after, as this may get leaked in the files on that update day, the 15th. For those that don't know, Epic Games is releasing a new Miles Morales game on the Epic Games launch, obviously being the same people that make Fortnite, and along with this, for perhaps even purchasing this game on your Epic Games account, fingers crossed we do finally see the Miles Morales skin, as it was determined before the start of this season with the leak of Gwen Stacy upcoming, or Spider-Gwen in the Battle Pass, that this season, Chapter 3 Season 4, would be the same one with Spider-Gwen releasing, that we see Miles Morales finally appear in Fortnite after being teased for so long. And no, I'm not talking about this selectable style variant that resembles his colour scheme. Of course, with the addition of him, it would be nice to get the Spider-Man Mythic Web Slingers back, not only themed around, well, the colour scheme of Gwen Stacy or Spider-Gwen, but also Miles Morales himself. Leave a like in today's video before you go if you'd like to see this happen, and subscribe to the channel right now with all notifications turned on if you don't want to miss any future uploads, as things are starting to get crazy now with the end of potentially this chapter. But speaking of other videos, interact with this one I've picked out specifically for you on screen right now, but most importantly, hopefully I can catch you in that very next video I do post on the channel.